Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am his Grand Cat and today we are looking at an absolutely huge mega WCF, which is of course the hybrid Kaido. Now to just show you the scale difference in comparison to this box, in comparison to the size of a regular WCF box, there you can see the size difference of these. And of course regular WCFs are $10.99 and this big old Kaido here cost me $32.99. I don't know how many handsome cat points he was worth because, once again, Forbidden Planet have stolen our handsome cat points. But this is our big old giant hybrid Kaido. There you can see the back of it for anyone that is interested in that. It is very cool that he's got the Kaido Beast Pirates logo up here. And I don't think you've got anything of real interest in the bottom, but there he is. So let's go ahead and open this up. It's be very exciting to see this gigantic Kaido. I suppose this would be roughly Kaido to scale with most other WCF figurines from One Piece. If we can get it opened. It's very much in refusal there. Oh, that's quite cool. The assembly reference, written in English, refer to the above image when assembling. Okay, the arm goes on Kaido. Got it. Where else would you put it? Ah, okay, so there's his tail. Let's see what else we get in here. Huge, giant stand. And the rest of this is all squeezed and packed in here. And some more cardboard just to keep it all nice and protected. That's everything we get in the box. So let's go ahead and shove that off to the side. And let's see exactly what we get in here. This looks like it's not even coming out by itself. I think we need to cut the sellotape here. Oh my goodness, there he is. That is one ball of Kaido right there. So it's going to be very interesting. I'm going to go ahead and put the camera just down just a little bit so that we can all see everything that comes in this. So, oh, well, there's his horns and his big old weapon. It has a name, a cudgel. A cudgel is what it is called. Ah, okay. It's very, very interesting. Right, let's go ahead and get the stand open first. I think that's the thing that makes most sense to start off with. This is a very cool, very huge figurine. I mean, it's certainly not the largest figurine. Obviously, like Strong Collectibles and things are significantly larger, but in terms of WCFs, this is a huge one. Of course, hybrid Kaido is what forced Luffy to go into Gear 5 for the very first time. And if Luffy hadn't won Gear 5, Kaido may very well have won. Although not that we can say that for sure, because there was interference by CP0. Let's go ahead and get Kaido's big old horns out of there. Now the last parts are Kaido's arm, and then the big major piece of Kaido, which all comes bubble wrapped to keep him nice and protected. Oh, they've also put some cardboard over the front horns as well, just to make sure that those aren't damaged, so that is a very nice little thing. And they've also put cardboard around his feet as well. So this is very, very cool. Let's go ahead and move all that out of the way. So now that we have everything all involved here, let's take a look at how we are putting this all together. So there is Big Kaido himself. You can see that that's where the tail goes, I'm not exactly sure how the WCF base goes into any of this. But it'll be interesting to find out. I really love the detail that they've put in Kaido's face here. They've really put a lot of effort into this one. So let's take a look and see about how to put this all together. So this obviously just fits onto here like so. Requires just a little bit of strength to try and get that all the way in. So you can tell that this is clearly the back. So this is the front, or perhaps this part here is supposed to be hidden by Kaido. I'm not exactly sure, but that's going to go over to the side. So here is the cudgel, but we're going to attach the cudgel after we attach this to the arm of Kaido. Now, how does this get in here? Because you can see this is what we're working with, that we need to try and get the arm to go around here and slot in underneath the jacket, because the cape, because the cape doesn't come off. So we're going to have to try and work that around. This may be one of those times where I have to pause the video just so I can get a closer look at it to try and get that in there. And I think I will, so we'll be back in just a second. There we are, folks. It certainly was not easy, but we did manage to get the arm in. And basically what I had to do was sort of get the hinge in first and then roll the shoulder underneath the cape and then just try and work it from there. So that's what we managed to do. So let's go with the cudgel next, which should just slide right in there, right on top. And that looks really nice once it's in. It looks like it is supposed to be there. You can actually see there's actually part of the hair that actually molds around the cudgel, which is cool. That kind of just keeps it in place just a little bit. Let's go for the tail next. So hopefully this won't cause us any issues. I think this should be a little bit easier than the arm. Yep, pretty much it's the same idea. You just want to try and line it up and then really just slide it all in there. Now the horns should go that way. Just making sure they don't go backwards, do they? No, that wouldn't make any sense, would it? No, that would look ridiculous. No, they do go forwards. And then we've got one last horn to go. And this just needs to be pressed in just a little bit further. And there we go. There we've got one mega premium WCF Kaido. Now, where exactly does this go? Does this go with the tail? I think it does. I think it's just supposed to... it actually clicks in when it's done correctly, which is really very, very cool. Now, let me just show you the size difference between Kaido and a regular WCF. So let's show Hibari next to Kaido here, and you can see the absolute monolith that is Kaido here, which is really very, very cool to see the size difference of him there. Now, let's go ahead and we will try and put Kaido on our little rotating gimmick so you guys can see a full 360 of him. Now I'm going to have to adjust the camera so that we can actually properly see him. And I'm going to have to bring this a little bit closer to the center and move him forward just a tiny bit. And we're going to have to move the camera up just once more, just a little bit more there. There we are, we're just cutting off just the edge of his feet, but we've got the majority of him on there. And let's go ahead and take a 360 look at Kaido of the Beast Pirates, of the Thousand Beasts, I think he was called. Of course, one of the four Emperors of the Sea of Wanoichi. And there he is. He is an amazing looking figure. He's got some really amazing paint job and some really amazing sculpt work on him, particularly on the scales that you can see on the tail, on the arms, on the legs. I really love the face that they've given him. They've obviously sculpted in the hair is exactly how Kaido's hair does look. You can see the effort they've put into his big old mustache, his beard, the edge of his tail. That all looks absolutely fantastic and absolutely crazy. It's also really cool to see just the size difference. So this is going to look absolutely amazing going next to your WCFs of your Gear 5 Luffys, if that's what you want to put him with. Or even just next to the rest of your Beast Pirates, to have him as your big old Emperor there. But this is a very, very cool WCF. Kaido was, of course, one of my favourite characters, although I think he has been quite cleanly written off the show. I would be surprised to see Kaido come back in the final arc, and I'm not even sure what his role would be if he were to go ahead and do that. So, before we actually finish off, another thing I'm going to do is I am going to, as a little bonus, show you all of the sword members just in a little row, just to showcase them as well. So we're just going to pause the video for a second, folks, and we're going to come back with just that little bit, since I have them all right here. And there we are, there is a bonus. So there is all 7 of our WCFs that we have looked at in the past recording session. There you can see all the members of Sword, and of course there is big old Garp, looking like he's just about to punch Kaido in the face there. And there we are. So that's all the new WCFs that we've all got from this little session of unboxing videos. So that is going to be it for this little video, folks. Let me know in the comment section below which one you prefer, which one do you think is the best of all of these, since we've just went through 7 of them all in a row. And with that said, folks, that is going to be it for this little video. And I really hope that you've all enjoyed. And if you did enjoy it, please give me a like, share, and subscribe. And if you are subscribed, make sure you click that notification icon so that you can see when more of these glorious little videos go out. And we shall see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everybody. Let it go round to Hachinoso one last time.